Greetings ladies and gents, and welcome to the next and very belated instalment of my Let's Play of Tomb Raider Legend. As you might have guessed, I've basically filled my hard drive with games, didn't have space to fraps anything, so having deleted Arkham Asylum and Mirror's Edge, I now have enough space to record, I think, at least England. Well, I'm not sure if 30 gigs is enough, but we'll find out. I actually had to redo Kazakhstan because I hadn't saved the game, annoyingly. So I'd come off an annoying 45 minutes of aggravation because Kazakhstan is an annoying level of annoyingness. Well, they didn't die on the bike section at all, which is good, I suppose. But I'm actually extremely rusty because I haven't played this game in quite some time. I've been playing games with superior but different platforming, such as Mirror's Edge. So I'll be a little rusty, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not occasional death or two, it's too much of a big deal. Anyway, we now come down the A3, I think, to get to Cornwall, which is the next part. And if you can still vaguely remember what happened in the end of the last episode, the naughty monster that Amanda owned desperately tried to stop us from getting our hands on a sword fragment, which we finally have our hands on. But the map we found on a putative Lancelot's shield, note they said its provenance was the Crusades, which they'll directly contradict in this section. We follow that map to find, in theory, the last and true resting place of King Arthur. So, let us roll. And obviously here she is, wearing her Ducati. That's a Ducati emblem right there, where I'm indicating the mouse. Top. Away we go.
There seems to be a fine line between coincidence and irony.
You sure about that map?
Unfortunately, there was some nonsense about the discovery of the real King Arthur's tomb here years ago, soon discredited. And yet another roadside attraction was born.
Well, let's see what we can see, shall we? At least it should be educational.
I discovered much to my distress that the voice actor who plays Alistair. Oops.
Well, no one's been inside for months.
Okay, quickly looking around, what do we see immediately? Ah, sign grappleable. And going by the first law of grapples, that if it shines, it should be grappled. Let's drag this up here. Give it a good grappling. I discovered recently, much to my distress, the voice actor who plays Alistair is actually English, so there's obviously no excuse for his horrific accent.
This place has seen better days.
It's been condemned since the death of the owner, one Professor Worth. I shudder to think that at one time he had students.
So this place, obviously, water on the floor, electrical cables, so you can guess what's going to happen next. Let's use these conveniently placed window ledges. There we are. We go along, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. There's the power box.
And we have power.
No, I can't remember this. Yeah, this is the right one. There we are. I dread to think what kind of apocalypse befell this poor bit of, I don't know how to describe it, mantling, I guess? Over there. Something's been tearing it out of the wall. Lara paying plenty of heat. Oh look, breakable glass. Very few examples of it in this game.
The real Merlin would roll around in the mud and bark at you, and I'm being generous by calling it mud.
There's no difference between stupid and charming with you, is there?
This level, the things we're picking up are all crosses because today is an England and Crusades theme level, hence the vaguely Elgarish music. It's actually slightly a pity. I don't really like the straightforward orchestral. I mean, it's okay, but it's not fantastic. I can't remember if there are any goodies down here. I think there are not. No, there are none. Excellent. So we can continue as we were. This whole place, obviously each one of these, they have a little signs that you can press to get narrative. But I'm pretty sure you all know the story of King Arthur, and the cold version they give here is, I don't know, not particularly fascinating. Although it is quite funny in the horrible sense of using the dreadful Old English. Actually, I recently discovered that ye olde is, in fact, the reason why it's ye olde and not the oldie is because the come on, oh yeah, I've got to shoot first. Is because originally in Old English there was a letter for the sound th. I don't think it's a digamma, but it was represented by a gamma, certainly, some kind of Y shape. And when later chaps looked back at some of the writing at the time, they read ye olde with a Y shape and thought, oh right, that's, you know, a Y sound, rather than thinking it was a th. Hence ye olde was born, despite the fact it makes no sense. You can astonish people with that nugget around the dinner table.
Before he did die, Arthur badest his knight Bedivere to returneth Excalibur to yon lady of ye lake. And lo, did Arthur's body then slumber, and yea, it was borne away to Avalon, where it is said that from thither shall
Well, if he went to Avalon, then whose tomb's supposed to be here?
Maybe the grunting Saxon or the Roman fascist that Alistair believes the whole legend was built around.
This forklift truck has the most infuriating set of controls for its forks.
This is where the truth behind the myth is supposed to be explained, and it's been turned into a warehouse.
Fitting. There's been so little truth everywhere else, why start here? The only factual basis behind the King Arthur myths died centuries before this place was built.
Give Professor Worth some credit. If he had to close an exhibit for renovations, at least he picked the most boring one.
Basically, as you have noticed, there's a little hole up there which is grappleable. You have to build a series of blocks to get to it. And unfortunately, every single time, this is one of those tasks that requires vastly more of my dexterity than I could ever really give it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, you fucking brick. Excellent. I think we have a brick firmly skewered with the forks. There we are, okay, there's one. I'll just lift it straight up here. And I believe I can drag one of these ones over here. Oh, is it pushable? No, these are all only forkliftable curses. So I'll dump this. Yeah, just draw the block somewhere over here. That's fine. Cool. The button for lower this is grenade for some reason. And both left and right click raise it. So the first time I used it, I had to look around the keyboard to find the button that actually lowered it. It's absolutely infuriating. Right, so up our improvised tower we go, I think. Yes! Just!
This must be our kindly professor's office space,
Don't know as spottily as his reputation.
said the pot to the kettle.
Oh, zing, Alistair, your academic reputation is a bit poor. How do you feel? Yeah. It's true, actually. Apparently, as far as the backstory goes, he's a worthless PhD student who never finished his PhD. He spent 10 years doing it and still hasn't really got a thesis. And if and slash when I do my Tomb Raider Underworld Let's Play, you will find out that in fact he never gets to finish his PhD. Yes. Fuck you, you uncooperative wooden crate. That's better. Tomb Raiding in style.
This definitely isn't Arthur's tomb.
We knew that already. What's wrong with it?
I've seen enough tombs in my life to know when I'm looking at a cenotaph.
See?
A diversion. This place is trying too hard. It's hiding something.
A body?
No, that's the problem.
What I find amusing is that it took me a very, very long time to work out that the only way you can work out that tomb is smashable with this is if you accidentally career into it the first time you come down, which I never did on account of having a finely developed control of the forklift, as you might have noticed.
Now this is better.
Nice. Be careful. You don't want to demolish anything important.
Really, Alistair, I have a velveteen touch. But I'm glad to see you now think there may be something important.
I was rather of a story when I was a child called The Velveteen Rabbit. It was